Hail G, nice kicks. The channel about the kicks and nothing but the kicks. Raw and uncut. Keeping it 100 about these kicks I bought. This channel tells the story about the kicks. It focuses on the kicks and nothing but the kicks. Okay, let's do this. Welcome to episode 31 of Hail G, Nice Kicks. So now that we're 30 episodes in, Yoda and I did an assessment of the first 30 episodes, and we kind of looked at each other and said, hey, if this channel is all about the kicks, why do you have that long intro with just a box? And recently, with Baby Yoda serving as my co-host, again, introducing my co-host, silent co-host, Baby Yoda. And if the theme of this channel is about the kicks and nothing but the kicks, then it should start and end with the kicks. So starting with episode 31, we've changed the format a little bit here, and you'll see hopefully some growth throughout the duration of the different episodes. I have a long way to go with the evaluation and review of my kicks in my collection, but I just wanted to do an assessment of the first 30, and hopefully you'll see some improvements moving forward if you are a subscriber and you're watching this craziness that I'm putting up on YouTube. And if you are, I appreciate you for doing that as I catalog the kicks in my collection. So for this episode, we're going to talk about the newest. And a lot of episodes you're going to see the newest because I'm constantly picking up new kicks. Not as much as I used to, but only the ones that really kind of call out to me. And these shoes really called out to me. This is the only pair of Air Jordan 1 lows in my collection, and it probably will remain the only pair because I'm not really a Air Jordan 1 low fan. When I first saw these kicks, it was a must cop for me. Just design of the shoe. In fact, I don't think this shoe is even out yet. I saw a review of these shoes on one of my favorite sneaker YouTube hype channels, and no, I did not buy these because of the hype, because they're not really hype. I mean, Air Jordan 1 shoes aren't the shoes they really hype, but once I saw this shoe, it was like instant, I have to buy it. So I went to one of those reseller sites that will remain nameless, and if you've watched recent or past episodes, you know why those sites remain nameless. And we're not going to get into that again because I sound like a broken record saying the why. But just the design of this shoe just said, I want those. If I'm going to have a pair of Air Jordan 1 lows in my collection, these are the ones. I mean, this shoe is really fire. The design, I like the red accents. It's actually based on like a card theme where you have the king, the queen, and you have the spade on the tongue with the Air Jordan and the spade. I really like this design. I really like this concept. And in fact, they're coming out with some Air Force Ones in a different colorway. Not a Jordan 1 low, but some Air Force Ones I saw on the Nike app. They're coming out with those. And as soon as those come out, I'm going to try to cop those as well, simply because of the design of this shoe. So let's get into the actual features on this shoe that kind of caught my eye. Again, you have on each shoe, you have the king and the queen. On the back, you have the Air Jordan logo, the wings logo. You have the gold Nike swoosh. And you have on the tongue, you have, again, the spade with the Jordan in the middle. Nice design. Today will be the first time I would put a pair of Air Jordan 1 lows on my feet. I think this shoe is really well done. And this was like an instant decision. I saw it in the actual YouTuber, I think it was, I forgot which YouTuber was doing the review on it. It might be Unbreakable Kicks, my fault, Unbreakable Kicks. Respect to Unbreakable Kicks, they're doing good work. One of my favorite YouTube channels. He was doing a review on his shoe, and as soon as I saw he pulled out the box, I was like, oh yeah, I'm getting those. When are they coming out? And I went right on to one of those reseller apps, and I didn't pay that much over the initial price, the original price, because Air Jordan lows don't really sell, don't go too much further. When you go on those sites, they don't go over the original price too much on there. So I got these fairly cheap on the site, and I don't think they're out yet as of today, but they're coming out probably in the next week or so. But I'm really looking forward to wearing these. This is definitely a welcome addition to the collection. And this shoe actually looks like a comfortable shoe. Can't wait to put them on feet for the first time and show you all how they look on feet. Looks like a comfortable shoe. I mean, I guess if I used to really collect the Air Force Ones, and now that I have these Air Jordan 1 lows in hand, I think I'm going to, I've transitioned from the Air Force Ones a few years ago. That was my favorite shoe growing up, and my favorite shoe as a young adult, and now that I'm an OG, still one of my favorite shoes. I still have a few pair of Air Force Ones, but I think instead of going with the Air Force Ones moving forward, depending on how they feel on feet, I'm thinking about going with the Air Jordan 1 lows, and maybe trying the different, the 2s and maybe the 11 lows. I mean, I'm not into the lows. I just like high top sneakers. That's a personal preference, but definitely going to try these on feet today, and if they're comfortable. I do like the silhouette of the Air Force 1 low. I think it's just to me, initially when I saw the lows, I'm thinking they're just a cheap knockoff of the Air Force 1 highs, which are my favorite shoes of all time. And I just didn't think I would like the shoe. But the one thing I'll tell you, it's always good I know everybody's shopping online now and ordering online. I think the experience of actually going into the store and holding the shoe in hand and trying the shoe on feet while you're in the store, I think that concept still works, because I think getting it online, you lose that intimate approach with the buying and purchasing experience. So I know it's easy to just go onto a site and click a button, and then a couple of days later it shows up at your house, and that's the first time you have them in hand. And even if they have different colorways, especially if the Jordans, I have numerous Jordan 1s in my collection, and they all fit differently, so they all feel different. So don't walk away from that experience, that buying experience, that purchasing experience of going out and actually holding the shoe. For example, for shoes, we're talking about shoes in this situation, holding your shoes in hand and then trying them on, and then making that purchase, because that is an experience that I think we've walked away from, that I now value, because I spent the last few years purchasing everything online, and then I'm pleasantly surprised when I get the shoe in hand at home. But I think I would really enjoy the experience more going back to the stores, which I'm going to do now. The only problem with that is you can't get them in stores now, because as soon as these shoes come out, they sell out on the apps, and they sell out at the stores, and you really can't get the high-end sneakers or the sneakers you want, because they just sell out. It's just crazy. You think in today's world, the fact that sneaker shoes are selling out the way they're selling out really blows my mind. But I guess change is good. I changed the format of my channel in this episode, and change is a welcome experience in life, and don't be afraid of change. So change is progress. It's not a negative thing. It is what you make it. Everything in life is what you make it. Keep that in mind. Change, people, experiences with people, experiences at work, everything is what you make it. And another thing I always say to people, when you deal with people, try to meet them where they are. Stop trying to bring them to where you are, and you'll have a more pleasant experience, because they were not designed, they were not born to fit your cookie cutter in life. So I'll get off of that soapbox, and what I'll do next is I'll show you these puppies on feet. That'll be my first time with an Air Jordan 1 low, so we'll learn about how they feel on feet together. Please stand by, please stand by, please stand by, please stand by. So this is how these puppies look on feet. And the one thing I will say is that I said earlier that I would kind of revert over to the Air Jordan 1 lows versus the Air Force 1 lows. And after putting these on feet, I'm going to kind of redact that statement. I'm going to stick with my Air Force One lows because they're more comfortable, they have more cushion. Again, it's my first time on feet. I haven't walked around in these, but just the Air Jordan 1s aren't, in some cases, the most comfortable shoes because they have the thinner sole on the bottom. And I like a thicker sole to give you that bounce when you walk. Again, I'll reassess that thought, not that you all care, because it's a personal decision. I'm just thinking out loud with you in my head on my YouTube channel. And if you're in my head, then God help you, because you don't want to be in this crazy place. But with that said, comfortable shoe, not more comfortable. It looked like it would be more comfortable than a Air Force One low. That's why I said earlier it's best to go out and go to the stores if you can actually cop a pair in the store and try them on in the store, because it's hard. It's not good to assume, because you know what they say about assumptions. They make an ass out of you and me. Assume ass out of you and me. So that's kind of corny, but it is a saying. I didn't make it up. So if it is corny, I'm corny for saying it, but I'm not corny for making it up. So with that said, thank you for joining me for episode 31 of Hey OG, Nice Kicks. And I'll see you in the next episode. If I don't see you, God bless you and peace.